man, help me understand. Travis Wayne Goodsell. So now I have people on my head all day today. But Mormons, we're Confederate, we're white supremacist, we're racist, we're sexist, we're bigots, we're hateful, etc., etc. Are you unfamiliar with our Confederate history right here in Utah? Take me down to the land of Dixie, where the Dixie College is, and why do you think they call it Dixie? And why do you think they call the college in Dixie, Dixie? It's because it's Confederate. It's white supremacist. And so, remember the news incident last month about people horrified here in Utah that employees at a Walmart, was wearing Confederate masks? They were like shocked. We don't embrace Confederacy here in Utah. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And so, yes, with this protest movement that's going on all over the world now, people are rising up against hatred and tearing down the statues, dumping them in the river like the Tea Party. Not the Tea Party of the Republicans. No, not Mike Lee, who's a proponent of hate. What a shame and embarrassment he was. Whereas Mitt Romney gets out and at least walks with the protesters, despite acquitting Trump. But, also in the South, they're tearing down the Confederate statues. It's coming to Utah. When Utah hits the spotlight, when people realize my video of the signs of hatred at Temple Square, when they realize, hey, wait a minute, don't they have Dixie and Dixie College? Dixie College, a year, 2 or 3 ago, had a controversy over the mascot. They wanted it changed because it involved the symbol of hate. Because Dixie itself, my aunt was named Dixie. Because my mom's father's side came from the South Carolina plantation owners, and the other plantation owners in the South and into Florida and into the Caribbean. And that's where I get my black history from. It's because my plantation owner ancestor, he raped my slave owner, or not slave owner, a slave teenage girl, and produced what became me eventually. But too far back, so only a little bit remains of my black ancestry. And Grandpa was my dentist, put my teeth back together from the gap that I had. Had a baby tooth. That one right there. That's a cap over my baby tooth. Never came out. There was no tooth to push it out. And so my grandpa put a cap on it, and then I went and had a run-in with something that chipped it. So it's got a little chip on it now, but his work still remains to this day. Unlike the other dentist, Grandpa tried to fix it and told me directly, this work is so poor it's going to give out in 5 years. He's a prophet. Because lo and behold, 5 years later, I'm eating a burrito, and it comes out. So, yeah, nobody will be as great as my grandfather as a dentist. He served in World War II in the Pacific, in the Navy, and was then stationed in Alaska after his service in the Pacific fighting, and went to Alaska to fix the other soldiers' teeth. And the trauma from that alone caused him to go into children's dentistry instead when he got out. And yeah, had my mama when he got out. All right, I'm doing a news segment, aren't I? Yeah, it's coming to Utah, Mormons. When people find out Utah is Confederate, when Utah is racist, when Utah is sexist, when Utah is bigoted, when Utah is full of all kinds of hate. It's coming to Utah. Hang on, Mormons. Your faith is going to be tested. Oh no, it's the true church, even though it has to be torn down. If it's full of hate, it's not the true church. This is what I've been trying to tell you guys, and yet you still come onto my channel, you spew hate, you spill death threats, you put thumbs down. You hate. Stop it. You won't stop. You just continue to hate. You're just in silence right now, hoping it'll all go away, like the coronavirus has gone away after drinking bleach. Oh dear God. And so yes, blacks in Utah, Mormon blacks, they're holding the rally right now, early this morning. And last night it was reported that the Mormon blacks are demanding a re-education program for Mormons, which means the leaders, against racism. But I'm sorry, Mormons, as I've told you, the symbols of racism need to be torn down if we're going to teach correctly. So Dixie needs to be renamed. Dixie College needs to be renamed. My Aunt Dixie needs to be renamed. Sorry, Dixie. She's already abandoned me anyway. I saw one of her sons, at my local bank. He runs one of those, can't remember which phone company it is, cell phone company. So he uses that bank also to make his morning deposits. And saw me and never seen him since. We are a happy family. And so, yeah, Salt Lake Temple, I just did the video, put the picture as the thumbnail, I'll put it as the main picture in this video. The symbolisms must come down. We cannot teach anti-racism, anti-hate, anti-sexism, anti-bigotry if we keep the symbols up. That's how the church has gotten away with keeping polygamy in the back of Mormons' minds when the government issued the Edmunds-Tucker Act and disincorporated the church. Put them deep into debt in order to rent their property back. And then Lorenzo Snow comes out and says, oh, I've got a great idea. We're going to take your money and pay off our debts. Thus came tithing. And so, yeah, symbols of hate have to come down, Mormons. Like I said, when Judge Ober does her duty of office that she swore an oath to America for, not to the church, to America, I will acquire everything. And I will, as my first act, tear down the symbols of hate. Nauvoo Temple. Is it the Logan Temple? The Salt Lake Temple. Sorry, Brigham, your statue too, but your temple is not going to last through the millennium. I'm tearing it down. And the Seagull Gate. No more will the church oppress, suppress, depress, did I say oppress? All those pressions. It's over. This is it. This is the latter days. This is what it's all about. Destruction of the wicked. And it has commenced. So we'll see how big of a role I can play in that. But if it's not by me, it's going to be by others, and the Mormons aren't going to be happy about that either. You chose the wrong, and now you're paying the consequences.